Kids don't remember the toys that just sit on a shelf. They remember the time spent exploring, wondering, discovering. With my background as an animal ecologist, I'm passionate about choosing gifts that truly shape our children, not just to entertain them, but to connect them with the world outside. So let's take a look at some beautiful, nature-inspired presents that encourage wonder, adventure, and outdoor play this Christmas. Today I am sharing over 30 nature-inspired Christmas gift ideas for toddlers and little explorers. All gifts that help them discover the magic of the natural world. I've linked everything below in the description box, so let's dive in. So first we have outdoor adventure and nature play. The first gift on this list is a mini gardening set. You could also get them a mini potting station if you have the space for it. If you live in a smaller place, you could even go with a little mini pot with some, like a little soil pack and some seeds or something like that. Anything to sort of get their mind interested in gardening, just to encourage kids to learn how to grow food and where plants and flowers and things like that come from. The next gift idea is a DIY birdhouse. These are really cool because it's an activity that they can do. They can paint them themselves. They often come as like little wooden birdhouses. And they can paint whatever they want on them and create a little home for little feathered friends. Yeah, they can hang them on the balcony or on a tree outside. I think this would be a really cute idea, and to see little birds come and explore their little birdhouse I think would be really, really cute and rewarding. The next gift idea is a bug catching set. I think so many people have these. These are really great for toddlers who want to go out and catch bugs in a safe and fun way. Blair has one of these and she absolutely loves it. The next thing that kind of goes along with this is kind of like a little adventurer's explore kit, something that has magnifying glasses or binoculars, a compass, those sorts of things. I think they'd be really great as kids get a little bit older too. Something for them to kind of have their own little stuff that they can put in their backpack and go on an adventure. The next gift idea would be a kid's portable microscope. I've seen these on Amazon. They look really fun. They're just like a little handheld microscope with a little screen on it, and you can like kind of zoom in on different bugs or plants or things like that. So when you're out exploring and they want to look closely at things, I think it's a really great way to nurture their curiosity, because things do look so different when they're close up, and it allows them to get a closer look at different bugs or plants or flowers and see different colors and shapes. And yeah, I think this would be a really cool gift. Another gift idea that I had that I forgot to mention was a nature scavenger hunt set. You can find these on Amazon, or you could even make them if you wanted to. These would be so great for giving the kids when you're at a campground or even in the backyard or at a park, just to encourage them to go and look for things that they may not have even thought of before. And I think it would be really, really fun. The next category is animal life and nature science. So you all might remember this. I feel like this was like a huge trend. Everybody had these when I was a kid, but sea monkeys. They're basically just brine shrimp, and they're super easy to grow, and you can buy multiple rounds of like eggs to do hatching, and they get to sort of see them hatch and grow. I think it's a really great way to sort of educate them on like life cycles, and if you don't have the ability to do something like a fish tank, if that's a bit much for you, I think sea monkeys are a really great thing to start with. The tanks also come in like different shapes. The one I got Blair was a little castle, but it's so cute. The next gift idea is butterfly or ladybug grow kits. You can buy these from, I believe National Geographic has some. They're really, really cool. You do need to look into where you can buy the larvae from in your country, because it's not included in the sets. But I think this would be a really great way to teach your kids about life cycles, and also kind of raising this little animal to hatch, and then they get to release it. And I think that would be a really awesome way of connecting with nature and really getting to see how that process unfolds. I think this could be cool for all ages, and I think each sort of age would enjoy a different aspect of it. The next gift idea is something I really want to get Blair, and that is an ant farm. You can get these from Kmart, you can get them from Amazon. There's a whole bunch of places that sell ant farms. I'll link a couple below. I would love to do an ant farm. I think that'd be so fun, and I think it would just be so rewarding to come out each day and see all the different tunnels that they've made. It's just a really cool way to really encourage your kids to respect all animals, even ones as small as ants. The next gift idea is a bug hotel or like a bee or insect habitat. There's some really cool ones online that you can do, and you can decorate them. They come with stickers and all sorts of things that you can do, and then you can place them outside and little bugs will kind of come in and take over your little bug hotel, I guess, and use them as like a little habitat in your backyard. I think this would be a really fun activity and just so rewarding to see as well. Another great gift idea would be a kids magazine subscription, like a National Geographic kids magazine subscription. I used to buy the National Geographic kids magazines pretty much every month, and I absolutely loved them, and it really nurtured my relationship with animals. And I grew up and became an animal ecologist. I went and studied to become an animal ecologist, and that's kind of, I think, where my love of nature originated, with being nurtured with things like that, my parents getting me things like that. I think this is such a great gift because it's just the gift that keeps on giving. Like, they would just get something every single month for the whole year, and I think that's awesome. I know there is different subscriptions depending on the country that you're in, so you'll have to have a look depending on where you live, what sorts of subscriptions you can get, but I really think these just make such great gifts, and I can't wait to sign my daughter up for one. The next gift idea is a kid-friendly nature guide or encyclopedia. Blair's kind of got one of these because my husband had one when he was a kid. I've actually got it here. This is the one that we have. It's a children's animal encyclopedia, and it's so awesome. It's got so many different animals in it, like all different monkeys, fish, big cats, like all the things you could think of. It's in here, and Blair absolutely loves flicking through this. I think it is so great. Whenever we find an animal that she gets excited about, whether that's at the zoo or at sea life at the aquarium or whatever, we can always come home and find it in this book. So I'll link a couple of really good ones below. Another gift idea I forgot to mention was a terrarium grow kit. I think these would be great for probably older kids, although I think my girl, she's only 2.5, and I think she would enjoy this too. There's so many different kits that you can get. There's glow in the dark, there's dinosaurs, there's unicorns, there's all different sorts of kits that I think would make it so fun and a little more personalized to your child as well. But these are really great for demonstrating the life cycle of plants and getting your kids interested in that. The next category is creative nature crafts. So the first gift I had on here was a flower press kit. I think this would be so fun. You could make all your own crafts with all the flowers and plants and leaves and things that you collect when you go out adventuring, and you could turn them into artwork, you could frame them, you could make a book, and I think it would be so beautiful for them to look back on and just see all the amazing things they've collected, and it would just make every outing so exciting, trying to find new things to put in their little nature journal. Another great idea is a rock painting set. Now, you don't need to get a set specifically to do this. I think there's some really great sets out there though, and you can obviously collect your own rocks, but a lot of them do come with rocks as well, like little white rocks and things that you can paint, but you can also collect your own rocks and craft supplies to do this as well. But yeah, there's some really great little kits out there to do this as well, and I've even seen kids who have like painted rocks and then they've gone and put them in playgrounds or like along commonly walked areas where people can find them and pick them up and take them, or maybe they're just, you know, meant to stay there and be something beautiful that people look at. But I've seen people do really wonderful things with little like rock kits. I also think like, you know, like pet rocks was always like a fun thing that we did when I was a kid. So yeah, I think it'd be a really fun little activity to do as well. The next gift idea is like a fairy garden set or little miniature woodland accessories. Like you could make a little fairy garden in your backyard. So you could always just buy a little collection of different fairy items and make a little garden in your backyard or on your balcony or whatever works, in a pot plant, and kind of, yeah, have that little magical fairies visiting your garden at night and watering your plants and doing all those things. I think that would be really cute, and yeah, they could make their own little fairy garden. It would be so precious. You can also get little fairy garden ornaments that you can paint yourself as well. The next category is indoor nature themed play and learning. Sometimes we can't always get outside, and not every adventure needs to be outside either. I think it's great to have some gift ideas that bring nature inside on the days that we can't necessarily get outside. The first gift idea for this category was a night sky projector or a solar system projector. I've seen some really great ones of these on Amazon, and I think it would be a great way to teach your kids about the solar system, and also just a fun little activity that you can do to wind down before bed and just kind of create like a beautiful starlit atmosphere before bedtime. The next gift idea is a forest wooden block set. These would be great for building little wooden forests, little fairy houses, or just getting little woodland creatures out. I think these are so cute, and I am really looking at getting one of these for Blair because I think she would love it. Another really great activity, which could also be included in crafts in a way, is the Play-Doh blooming set. It's basically you're making like flowers out of Play-Doh, and it just looks so fun, and you could just make all different colored flowers and really experiment with it, and I think it would be a really fun activity that you could do with your child, or they could do on their own depending on their age. And I think it would be really cool. I think it would be a really good rainy day sort of activity to do indoors. Now, you can never get too many books for your kids, and I think these 5-minute nature stories are absolutely precious. I think reading one of these a day to your kids would be so beautiful and just such a gorgeous gift. The next gift idea are these great felt boards that you can kind of stick up on your wall. They have farm ones, ocean ones, they might even have forest ones where your kids can sort of stick the different animals and trees and things and create like their own little world and sort of assign animals their different little habitats and things like that. I think these would be really great fun, and they're pretty easy to sort of fold up and put away when you don't want to use them, and maybe get them out for a rainy day, or you know, when you need an activity to do with the kids at home. Another gift idea along the same sort of lines but more portable, more travel friendly, would be a sticker book. You can get animal ones, farm ones, ocean ones, forest ones, bug ones, cars, trucks, all sorts of things. But I really love the animal based ones because it really helps my daughter to sort of figure out what animals go in the water, what animals live in the trees, and she sort of categorizes them into little habitats, which I think is really fun, and they're really great for when you go to restaurants or on the plane or anything like that. I absolutely love these sticker books, and I have repurchased them a couple of times. They last a decent amount of time, I will say, before you need to replace them, but they're super affordable. Also the animal magnet books too, I think they're really great as well. The next gift idea I think would be really great, particularly for like older toddlers and like, you know, younger kids, would be lifestyle flashcards where you can sort of match up the different life cycles of different animals. I think this would be a really great way to learn about all the different animals and their different life cycles, and I think this would be a really fun and great educational activity that you could do with your children, and I will definitely be doing some of this as Blair gets a little bit older. Of course, nature puzzles and board games are always a win. I love doing puzzles with Blair. She loves them, and I think it's really helped her to learn all her animals. And yeah, as she gets older, there's always like new puzzles and new levels of puzzles that she can do. So I think nature puzzles are a really great thing to add into your child's toy collection. The final category is nature inspired clothing and like outdoor gear. I'm going to talk about the different items of clothing that I think would make really great gifts, but also I will pop a few of the brands down below as well, or on the screen, of the ones that I really think look like they would be worth the buy. The first thing I think would be a rain jacket. I think it's so important to encourage your kids to get outside even when it is raining. I don't think we always need to stay inside. I actually grew up in Tully, which is one of, if not the wettest town in Australia. So I was outside in the rain all the time. I had a rain jacket. I spent hours outside in the rain jumping in puddles. So I think a really good rain jacket is something that does not go unnoticed. I think it's something that every child needs to have. I also think along with this, obviously gumboots or wellies or whatever you call them where you are, we call them gumboots here. But yeah, I think a good pair of gumboots is always great, and these make good yearly gifts because kids grow out of them. So they're always things you can be upgrading and getting new ones of because kids grow so fast. So I think a really great gift idea is a nice wide brimmed sun hat for really hot days, especially when you're at the beach or just out in the sun gardening or doing anything like that. A really good quality sun hat I think is a great gift idea. Another great gift idea would be like aqua shoes. These would be perfect for playing in creeks, or if you live near rock pools. We have rock pools just down the road here, so we love taking Bled to the rock pools, but obviously it can be very sharp and there's a lot of little critters, so you do have to be careful. And I think giving them aqua shoes is a great way to protect their feet, but also allow them a little bit more freedom to explore. Also, if you're doing mud play and you don't want to clean shoes, I think aqua shoes are really great. They're super easy to clean. If you are a family who is big on big adventures and hikes, I think a great pair of hiking boots would be a really good gift for your child. So they've got some nice, good quality shoes they can go walking in. And like I said, this is another item that kind of needs to be replaced, you know, yearly as your kids grow. You want your kids to be comfortable while they're outside and enjoying nature. You don't want them to be getting sore feet, and yeah, I don't think there's anything worse. So I know I don't like having sore feet, so I think it would be a really great gift if, you know, big walks and hikes are things you do often. Another great gift idea is an Explorer adventure backpack for your kids. I think there's some really great quality backpacks, really good for hiking, ones you can take to the park, that they can put all their little goodies in. They can have their, you know, their little lunchbox and their water and all the things that they need. I think a little great quality backpack goes a long way. Another great practical gift idea would be a non-toxic kids sunscreen. A lot's been coming out recently about kids sunscreen and the potential harms and toxic chemicals that are in kids sunscreen, and specifically about how it affects the endocrine system. And so I really wanted to pick a really good natural based kids sunscreen. As someone who suffers with hormonal conditions like endometriosis, I am just really prioritizing her health in regards to that. Some additional extras you could also add into this category would be things like kind of adventure pants or shorts, nice walking shorts and pants, merino based layers if you're in a cold climate place, good thick outdoor socks. If you live somewhere that is a very warm climate, like what I am currently sweltering in right now, like 34-degree heat here in Australia, a really great Christmas gift is something like a really nice sun-safe set of swimmers. I have a beautiful set of swimmers for Blair that are long sleeve. They cover all the way down to her wrists and halfway down her legs. These are so great for the beach because it gets so hot, and it really helps protect her skin, and then I don't need to put as much sunscreen on. I just need to sort of do her face and like her legs. So they are absolutely perfect. Or a swim hat as well, like a nice wide brimmed swim hat that can go with their swimmers, and a towel. A towel is a really great gift as well. Nothing like a good quality beach towel. For kids, I feel like the hooded beach towels are really great as well, so you can just strip off their swimmers and chuck them straight in a hooded towel, because that's pretty much what we do hopping in and out of the pool most days in summer. And yeah, a really great gift idea for someone living in Australia or somewhere similar. But you can also buy ahead for the warmer months if you're in a cooler climate location. And that is it, my top nature inspired Christmas gift ideas for toddlers and little explorers. Let me know which of these gifts you think your little adventurer would love the most. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps grow my channel, and I would love to have you here for the new year. We have so many exciting videos coming. I am so grateful to have you all here, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!